Yeah, we've actually seen a huge shift. I mean, now, probably people who know of Philadelphia, if they're not in Philadelphia, they're just probably hearing not the greatest news out of Philadelphia all the time. Um, which, we've got our fair share of problems, no question. But you know how it is. Like there's always things going on underground, so to speak. And I believe with all my heart that right now, the Church of Philadelphia, if we can maintain the trajectory we're on, Philadelphia will be absolutely a different place in perhaps a number of years. Some of these things, it's been decades that the mess was created. And we sometimes, I think we think that, 2 months of prayer is going to change it all. And not that God can't do that, right? But
Sure.
sometimes it also takes us saying, listen, we'll set our faces like flint for 10 years or 20 years or 40 years if that's what it takes to see this stuff change. But I believe with all my heart that we're in a place where the trajectory is absolutely amazing and wonderful. And that was not the case, maybe 12, 15 years ago. One of the big prayers that we had was, Lord, raise up genuine fivefold leadership within this city. That was one of the things that we prayed for, man, because what I've kind of I don't know, this has been my experience, right? I don't want to make a rule out of this because I don't know that it's like biblical or hard fast, but my experience is that in the absence of apostolic vision for a city, the prophetic gift, which is primarily where myself and our team, finds ourselves, that prophetic grace, it's very hard to do a whole lot besides pray and call forth the apostolic vision. And then once the apostolic vision begins to come into focus, then the prophetic can begin to speak into that and inform that. And so it's like, okay, we really need a city-taking, city-reaching mindset and strategy, and something that's beginning to unify and connect churches beyond just our own little pockets. And so we didn't really see that 15 years-ish ago. And it was a major, major prayer point for us. And so part of what's happened is two things. There was a fairly significant church planting movement in Philadelphia, probably 15 years ago. And the Lord connected me with that through a mutual friend who's kind of a great guy who just loved the house of prayer, but also was a church planter himself. And he said, did you know there's this groundswell in Philadelphia? And I said, no. And so we just began to try to get behind that and pray into that. And through that, some of these leaders and pastors who planted these churches 15 or so years ago have now really stepped up into apostolic roles, genuine, like biblical, not put it on your business card and tell everyone else you're an apostle, but like genuine apostolic leadership roles. And they've begun to unify the city in an amazing, amazing way. And so we've seen just so many amazing things happen to the point where we had on Pentecost Sunday this past year, we had 222 churches that came together, representatives from, obviously not the
Sure.
entire church, but representatives from 222 churches in the greater Philadelphia area, which, man, I'm telling you, 15 years ago, I heard about a city near us in Reading, Pennsylvania, not Reading that everybody thinks of in California, but Reading, Pennsylvania. And they had, I think, like 10 or 12 churches that came together. And I was like, man, Lord, could we ever do that? Could we ever see that? Well, now we're seeing over 200 churches coming together on Pentecost to celebrate our oneness, which I think is just an amazing time to be doing that.
Right.
And so incredible things are happening, man. And that, to me, a lot of what we prayed over the last 15-ish years is what we're seeing now. So I've actually said to our team over the last maybe 2 years or 3 years since we've seen some more of this stuff coming forth, I said, listen, we're living in the manifestation of our prayers of the last 10, 12, 15 years. And not just us. There's people who've been praying a lot longer than that. But I said, we need to start dreaming again with the Lord about what's next. Where do we go from here? Because You don't want to get stuck in that place of, oh, isn't it wonderful what God's done? And yes, it is wonderful what God's done, but you can get stuck in that place to the degree that you never have fresh vision. So that's where we've been at. I've been saying to our team, we need to pray in some fresh vision and ask the Lord what he wants to do with this. But yeah.
Well, that's encouraging. I had no idea. That's amazing. 200 plus churches is insane.
That is really insane. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And we're going to be doing that again this year, and we expect that it'll probably grow from that. And, just continuing, there's so many things that are happening. Another thing that we've gotten to do that's really cool is obviously Philadelphia is of incredible significance for our nation. And so one of the cool things that we started in 2016 is we go down to Independence Mall, which is where the Liberty Bell is. It's where Independence Hall is, where the Declaration of Independence was written and signed, where the Constitution was written, all this kind of stuff, all this rich historical stuff for our nation. And we set up a tent, and we usually worship for about a week there, somewhere, around 7 days-ish, 8, 9, whatever it is. And that's been incredible. That's been amazing. And we've seen just unbelievable things. We've had people that just show up from literally all over the country, and they said, the Lord just told me to come and pray at the Liberty Bell. I know you got no idea you guys were going to be here, and, just incredible things that happen all the time. But, it's a national, we believe, a national altar for our nation, to pray over and worship from and prophesy from. So that's another amazing thing that the Lord's done, is establish something there on a consistent basis. We've been there every year, a couple times, twice a year since 2016, including 2020, which we were grateful we were able to do it in that crazy year. So